Welcome to Sound Matters, the show that helps you keep the music sounding great. And now, here's your host, Terry Britt.
Hello and welcome to the show. In the 1980s, the arrival of the compact disc format led many in the music industry to believe that it was the end of the road for the venerable old vinyl record. In fact, many music companies did start scaling back the release of new albums on vinyl as the compact disc format took hold of the market. However, to paraphrase a quote from the author Mark Twain, the reports of vinyl's death is greatly exaggerated. Vinyl never actually went away. It just sort of went underground for a while. It was still a format of choice for artists in several genres of music, including rap, techno, and dance music. And now we're experiencing a vinyl revival of sorts as new artists begin to release new albums on vinyl, introducing a whole new generation to the fun of listening to music on the vinyl format. There are actually several advantages to owning records on vinyl, one of which is the sound quality. You'll hear audiophiles talk about vinyl having a warmer sound. This has to do with the fact that since it is an analog format, it actually retains more of the high and low ranges of sound than some of the digitally compressed formats such as MP3 and AAC. Another thing about vinyl albums that you can't recreate on a CD format is the cover art. But there are things to remember about owning records on vinyl, including the fact that you have to care for them. Because a vinyl record is an electromagnetic surface, and I won't go into the science about it, but that's part of how the sound travels from the surface of the record through the needle and out of your speakers. You do have to keep them clean. They are, as I said, electromagnetic on the surface, therefore they are prone to picking up dust, dirt, and fingerprint smudges. These factors can greatly decrease the quality of the sound of your album. But I'm going to show you a very inexpensive way to create your own cleaning solution for vinyl records. Now, you can buy commercial cleaning solutions, but I'll let you in on a little secret. Most of them are nothing more than isopropyl alcohol and water. You can buy a bottle of isopropyl alcohol at a department store or drugstore. Use that and mix that in a 1-to-1 solution with distilled water. Distilled water is a better choice because it does not contain the contaminants or the metallic ions that most tap water contains. So, again, it's a 1-to-1 solution. So for every ounce of alcohol that you put into your mix, you'll put an equal amount of distilled water. All you do then is to pour that into a plastic squeeze bottle, a plastic spray trigger bottle, which you can again get at any discount store or department store, very inexpensive. And there you go. You have a homemade cleaning solution that will work great. You can make it for pennies, literally. When we come back from a short break, I will show you how to properly clean vinyl albums with your solution. We'll be right back.
Well, you picked up some really great albums.
Yeah, but it's so hard to keep dust and fingerprints off.
What you need is the Groove Cloth.
Record collectors rejoice. The Groove Cloth safely cleans your vinyl. Its microfibers gently remove dust, dirt, and smudges that build up over time. Paper towels can scratch, and tissue can leave even more residue. But the Groove Cloth cleans without damaging your vinyl. The Groove Cloth is great for CDs and DVDs too.
Stay in the groove with the Groove Cloth.
Welcome back. Before the break, I showed you how to make a very inexpensive cleaning solution of isopropyl alcohol and distilled water for cleaning your vinyl albums. Now I'm going to show you the proper method for cleaning vinyl albums. First thing you want to do is take your vinyl album, and to minimize contact with your skin, which of course has oils that can leach over onto the surface of the album, you want to hold it by the edges. While cleaning, the best way to do that is to crook the album in your arm. As you can see, I'm just touching the edges of the album with my fingertips, and the crook of my arm is on the opposite edge. Take a microfiber cleaning cloth, wet it with your solution, and I would really suggest just spraying the solution on the cloth rather than on the album. That way you do not get too much on the surface, and you also don't run the risk of the solution dripping onto your label in the center. What you're going to do then is take your cloth and go gently in a clockwise motion around the record and work your way outward to inward. You never want to go in a line in to out or out to in, because you don't want to take a chance on scratching the album. Just gentle circles from the outer band to the inner band. The other advantage to using the isopropyl alcohol and distilled water solution is it dries very quickly. So just really as soon as you've wiped down your album, you are basically good to go for putting it on your turntable and playing it. Also, the solution is not strong enough to cause any kind of damage to the grooves on the album. Another thing that you need to take into consideration when owning vinyl albums is how you store them. First of all, with any vinyl record, you need to make sure that you have a paper or a chemical-free plastic sleeve. Now, when you buy used vinyl, you may discover that there is no inner sleeve for it. But that's not a problem, because if you live in an urban area that maybe has a record store with these supplies, you can easily find bulk packs of paper or chemical-free plastic sleeves for purchase there. But no matter where you live, you can find these supplies on Amazon.com or many other online retailers of that sort. It's always a good idea as well to always return your albums to their sleeves, or to their album covers when you're finished. This minimizes damage possibilities. In terms of storing several albums at once, I'm going to tell you now one of the great solutions, and this is kind of a trick from my college days, the plastic crate. We used to use milk crates, but you can buy these plastic crates at a dollar store or department store. And the great thing about them is that you can store a lot of albums, about 25 to 30, with plenty of space, and they'll help you keep them organized and up off the floor or away from areas where they could sustain damage. Well, that's all the time that we have for today, and I appreciate you joining us. So this is Terry Britt telling you, keep the music on.